discussions to the second part of our exclusive interview with Archbishop Jose Palma. So, Archbishop will be dealing with a national issue po. Coming from the President of the CBCP, how do you think should our legislators deal with the RH bill, and why should the Catholics reject the RH bill?
For the past 17 years, the RH bill has adopted various names, various numbers, but the spirit is the same. It is based on the logic, so they say, that we are already a burgeoning population. In Tagalog we say, naglulubo na ang populasyon na. And they were also commenting on the suffering of mothers who give birth to unwanted children, the suffering of people who are poor, and the plight of many who are the result of the not only unwanted pregnancies but the difficult economic life, and because of this, population has to be addressed. Through the years, there are many ways of responding to poverty and to suffering, to maternal deaths, they say, and to the problem of population explosion. 17 years have passed, and the bill is still being discussed. To us, it simply shows that at the heart of many legislators is not just opposition to the bill. It is also the deep consciousness of the results of the bill, if accepted. Because many of the legislators are aware that both the intention and eventually the consequences of the bill may not necessarily bring the desired common good of the people. And more so because many of the legislators feel that many provisions of the bill are either unconstitutional, many provisions erode our long-tested family values that we hold dear, like the sanctity of marriage, respect for parents, that deep interpersonal relationship within families, and also more so, especially in the many ways they propose to limit population, like, of course, depending on which nation, but others certainly propose abortion. But here in the Philippines, the context is more the contraceptives. Still, many of the legislators, especially those who are doctors and those who have access to medical records, would tell us that the contraceptive mentality will eventually result into abortion mentality, and more so, that by themselves, at the heart of it is also the teaching of the church on its intrinsic evil, those things, and the demographic question now being challenged and now proven that it's no longer the big issue, because while years before people were so afraid of the bulging, so they say, population, now we have a demographic, winter, as they say. Less and less people, less and less children being born, and therefore the problem is not so much many, but we have very few workers, very few people, inhabitants of the country. So these are changing scenarios that make the legislators aware that there should be no rush to the RH bill. More so, even in our time, many say, some or many of the provisions of the RH bill are already in some of the like the Magna Carta for women, and the other palaces of the nation. So why make this bill into a law? Well, we have to say this, because we are aware this is the truth. So much money is being poured in from other countries in terms of support, aids, and then of course assistance, but also with the corresponding agreement and supporting this bill, which is of course, again, we know and people know, is a project of United Nations and many other countries in the world. And so we say, and this is the question asked to many legislators, where is this bill coming from? Does it really come from you because you want the good of the people, or is it because it's being offered to you from outside? So these are hard questions, and we know that there is no rush to supposed to be approving the bill, and yet we are also aware of the monetary considerations that are actually the very important playing factor in the approval of the bill.
So that's it. On behalf of the Varsitarians V Exclusives team, I would like to deeply say thank you to Archbishop for having us here and granting us an exclusive interview. Be informed, be updated. Visit our website at www.varsitarian.net. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Tumblr, and watch us on YouTube. This has been Luisa Mamaradlo for V Exclusives here in Cebu.